Alright, what's up you guys? This is Janos with Trading Spies. Today is Monday, beginning of a new week, and we couldn't have started any better this week. We traded 7 times, all 7 of them was a winner, 6 of them to the long side, 1 to the short. So as we get in, I'm gonna explain to you why did I enter to a short position on an uptrending day. So again, perfect 100% day today, which is very good for the account. So let's get in and let's get started. Today we had a very nice day. As we can see, it's a nice uptrending day, but it's not as simple as it seems. We are chopping a lot back and forth, very little movement for a short period of time. Then we have a burst of momentum, and then as we break the levels right away, we're coming back. And this is just the way of the market. The way of the market goes lately, and that's why we have to be very prepared with our stop losses, because in a moment notice the market can turn around on a dime. Let me get on 30 minutes chart. So as we're coming down, we creating, right, since the downturn, we're creating a low, a lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, and all the highs are also lower. But on Friday, we didn't create a new lower low, right? And as the morning started, that low, basically that higher low, what we created on Friday, that was the retest for today pre-market. And basically from that point, that retest, we are going up, right? And as it seems right now, we are already created or higher high. So right now, hopefully, we're gonna have a momentum to the upside. So we're not gonna start to chop around, because that will be difficult to trade. So again, hopefully, this created a new high. Yes, we're gonna have a pullback, and now we have to watch for that pullback. And then once that higher low is happening, then again we can continue to the upside. So let me start to break down the trades. Let's just get to the 1 minute, and here is the today. Traded 7 times, 100%, 6 of them to the long, 1 to the short. It wasn't anything crazy big winners besides the last one. The last one, it was a 50% winner. We stayed around the 10% as usual. 2 of them was a smaller winner. Even the short went close to 10%, which is nice. But we had a lot of chops back and forth. Not that easy to trade, because in the options, the more time we chop around, the more the contract losing its value. So my first trade, I entered at 38. This candle didn't create a new high, it was just still a downtrend. But because we already had a nice push, we needed the first pullback to enter. And as we created at this point, right before the push, this was the high of the day. And in my opinion, we had to hold this level to continue to the long side. Unfortunately, we didn't, but we never break our structure, right? So let's see, if we put this over here, our trend line, it shows we're going to the upside, right? So basically temporarily we created a new high, and as soon as we break, as I mentioned earlier, this is just the nature. I'm trading 1 and 5 minutes, as you guys know already. As soon as we break any 5 minutes candle, we have a false breakout, and then we're just gonna dump. And of course we're gonna recover. That's why we have to have an idea which way we're gonna go. So unfortunately, same thing. we had our break, the flush, and then basically what I did is and added to my trade as we were breaking down to creating. So temporarily we break out, we had a flush, VWAP, give our support, the trend line give our support, and as the first candle made a new high, I added to my position to wait and see if we're gonna create a new high. And actually we did create a new high, again with a few cents, but at this time we didn't had any huge rejection at this point yet. And because we couldn't break, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then basically as this candle opened, my exit was right on the dot before the rejection. So basically I exited on a 52 candle as it opened. So this was at this moment a perfect exit. Of course the price came back, but we never know. I exited this trade, locked in about a 10% profit on this one. My next entry, same concept as my add to the trade. Again, we hold it our trend line, we held it the VWAP, so my entry was at 57 as we broke. So this was the perfect scenario. I entered as it was breaking out, and my exit was at 59 right once we reached our next level. This was a picture perfect trade, don't need it too much, only less than 2 minutes. Now actually it's a little bit more than 2 minutes. This trade over here yielded us 15%. So two very nice trade. And my third trade, I entered on the 10 o'clock candle. I was thinking as the 10 o'clock candle, the volume's gonna get in and we're gonna start to push to a new high. And in this case, it didn't happen. We had to pull back. We had to retest the prior breakout level. So after the pullback, first candle, make a new high. Basically, we did this 3 times. Added to the position, first time didn't work out, add that to the position, and as we broke out, created a new high, exited, and this little trade give me 12.5%. And then basically again, as we broke out, we rejected and we came back, and at this point it became a very slow moving, slow chopping uptrend. My next trade, I entered 19, which is this candle over here. After the big rejection, it was a very low volume on this candle. So as it created a new high, I entered as thinking it's gonna continue. It did, not as fast as I was hoping it will continue. So as soon as we break our previous pivot level, 27, I exited in that candle, and then basically this trade, it was a little trade, 4%, less than 4%. So we had already 4 trade. The 5th trade, it was on the same candle as I entered, I exited. This was in 30.32 as we broke, rejected right away, but I did this in the very same candle, and that move almost 6%, 5.5%. So we have already 5 trade. This is where I entered to the short, and let me explain why. Far away from VWAP, very extended on 5 minutes. We just broke our previous day high, right? This is our previous day high. So we just broke that. And this is the counter trend part of the thinking. And this is for new traders, shouldn't even consider go counter trend, right? Because if it's whipsaw back up, everybody just get froze, and that's how the account get decimated. So basically my thinking of the short entry was exactly that. We broke yesterday high, and because of the extension we do for a pullback, a bigger pullback. But that's just not enough. We need some sort of structure to break. And in this case, I was thinking we started to form a head and shoulder pattern, right? We came up previous day, we rejected it. This is my support level. We had the support, we came back, we broke. This is my next level. In this case, this is my next rejection level. We rejected that level, hold our support, came back to the previous day high, and I was thinking we're forming a head and shoulder, right? Shoulder, head, shoulder, and as we're gonna come down from here, we're gonna continue further down. It didn't happen. I get a very, very wet feel of the rejection because this candle started to be red and instantly became an engulfing candle. So my thinking was, as we're rejecting this level, I entered an expectation of at least, right? At least this level, because this, we never tested this breakout level, right? So I was thinking to enter right here, but as soon as the candle opened, it was a huge engulfing candle. So right away, in a blink of an eye, this candle became this big. So I was waiting to enter as we break this candle. So basically I entered the 1110, right? 1110 candle, my exit 1112. So as was pushing down, never reached it, it pushed back up, and as we started to push up, creating that wick, I exited. So basically this little trade over here, almost 10%, 8% trade. And then because we had the rejection, it was no more doubt we will continue higher. My next trade, it was the biggest trade. Still, it didn't went right away, but my next entry onto this trade was at 42. 42. I entered in this trade, the anticipation of the break, creating a new high. Same thing, what happened? We did create a new high. We broke the new high, but right away we got the rejection, right? So as we pulled back, I was still holding because the yesterday high was still holding. If we would have break this level, that would be my exit. And as we moved higher, basically I exited at the 12 o'clock candle. 12 o'clock, as we broke our level, I exited, right? And this trade, basically it's a 50%, 50% trade because of the huge push on the previous candle. And again, as we went higher, we had the rejection, and now we're slowly grinding back. This is what important with the today trading. We had a high value rejection, high volume rejection, as we reached this high was 2 days ago. Let me go on to the 5 minute. The white lines is the highs. So this is yesterday high, and the previous white, actually it's 2 days prior, right? So we had that previous high. And this one, that's why it's purple, because these two highs is creating, basically, for me, a zone. And as it seems, creating a zone. So let me continue. This breakdown right here, it was on a high volume. So this is a high value rejection. What we could think is we'll continue down. but again, it didn't break down. It was heading and regain basically the whole position. Besides this very candle, the actual breakout candle, all these candles, it was at least half a size as any of the breakdown candles. That's why it's very hard to explain why the market is keep going up when it's no volume, right? Overall is no volume today on the market. What would really explain, especially on the zone where where it's a supply demand zone mixing together on a higher time frame, it's a big supply zone on a higher time frame, but we have still no volume and if we have no sellers stepping into the market. And as we broke, we just chopping around in the past about an hour, a little bit over an hour on a very, very low volume. We just chopping around. So it's gonna be interesting to see which direction we're gonna go. Right now we up. All the major stocks are up. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, Google, Facebook, Meta, Tesla, everything is up. So let's see what will happen. Right now we reach the top, we're creating a little bit of flag formation. And as a new trader, for you guys, this is the time when it's need to be stopped, right? Hopefully you already created your profit and now we reached a consolidation zone. This is purely sideways movement, is no up and down. So at this point over here is no reason to be in it. Either we gotta wait to break out to the long side and then we can continue because we continue with the trend. If we break down, right now, my recommendation, do not enter. Because if you try to short any of these level, could step in as a support level. And then if you're in the short side, you encounter one of these candles, any of these candles, look at the size of the candles, here, 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 engulfing the previous 10 minutes price action. And also in the option contract, that's right away, it's gonna whipsaw 10, 15, 20% on the contract value. And unfortunately, for the new trader, when something like that happen, don't have the control to get out of the market, to give up your trade. Because the hope and hold, unfortunately, it's a very, very bad trading habit, which is very, very hard to get rid of. Just don't do it. It's that simple. Right now, we are in an uptrend. No reason to be at the short side, right? So let's leave it that. Again, today, very, very nice day. I think we reached the double percent for today as an account gain. Probably not, but very, very close. Tomorrow is a new day, right? So it's no reason, even if the market goes up. Today we enter into the afternoon, early afternoon. Anyway, we are in a very, very low volume day. Better not to push our luck. Take the money what we have, and tomorrow we can continue. We have a better chance tomorrow when the volatility comes back to the market, the volume comes back to the market, to do it again. and let's see what happens. So that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and see you guys tomorrow.